brothers and sisters. I want to make a video about fermented garlic and honey. And there's going to be other stuff I'm going to add to this video as well. But this stuff right here is really good for you. Has a whole bunch of probiotics. It's an antibiotic as well. So if you're sick, you can use it. I've already used like almost half this jar. It's easy to do, like super easy. All you have to do is have some fresh garlic, and you're gonna take it and you're gonna like cut it up, get all the husk off of it, and then you're gonna crush it up a little bit so the juices come out a little bit, and you're gonna put it in raw honey. And then whenever you put it into the jar, what I like to do, I put the garlic in there first, and I pour the honey on top of it. You're gonna take like a chopstick, kind of stir it up a little bit, put your lid on there, turn it over, and then you just keep doing that until you completely coat the honey. And then take it and you put it up in a dark place, and every day come by, open it up, and let all the gas come out. Oh yeah. Oh, that smells so good. But anyway, so every day you just open it up, let all the gas come out of it, and then you put it back up there. And usually takes about 2 weeks to a month to get done like fermenting. And whenever it's done, it's going to be like this dark color right here. Now the garlic cloves that are in here, you can definitely eat that. The honey, you can eat it. Good for like sore throats. You can put it on like all kinds of stuff. Salads, pizza, tea. Put inside tea. You could just eat it from the spoonful. That's what I do. I just eat it from the spoonful. I love the taste of it and the flavor. It's just very robust. It's very good. And of course, this is an antibiotic, which is great because as preppers, we can prep as much as we want, but shit's gonna happen, and we're gonna run out of stuff. So if we run out of stuff, we have to go back to kind of old school methods of taking care of ourselves. And this right here is definitely one of those old school methods that is time proven, and it's really good for you. And I've seen some recipes where instead of the garlic, they use onion. I never used the onion before. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I imagine it probably has the same benefits as the garlic does. But this is definitely something in my homestead that I love to make, and I definitely need to make some more of it for sure. That and homemade alcohol. I like to make homemade alcohol. I don't really drink that much myself, but I like to make it. It's damn sure a good thing to shit was hit the fan you could trade for. Especially the homemade alcohol. This right here, imagine shit hits the fan, honey might be kind of hard to come by unless you have beehives or you know where their beehive is at. And not too many people are going to risk getting stung to get the honey or have the know-how to calm the bees down to get the honey. But either way, like if you have a whole bunch of it on hand, you damn sure use it to trade with, or you can just keep it stored up. It'll last for years. I've had this right here for right at a year, and it's still good. It's just amazing because honey never expires. Now the FDA and all of them, they're going to put expiration dates on everything. Honey don't expire, and honey has been used for millennia to treat wounds and all kinds of other things, just because it is antibiotic and antifungal, and it doesn't go bad. So yeah, something to think about, something to prepare for. Definitely make your own medicine. I also have some goldenrod as well. That's some goldenrod. This is stuff that I've already picked, like little flowers I've already picked. And of course I'm spilling it everywhere now. But this is really good for you too. This is good if you have like fevers and colds, the flu. Great for diabetes, to help with managing blood sugar. UTIs, some studies are showing that it's good for kidney stones. But goldenrod is a miracle flower. And I made videos about it before and stuff, and I kind of like harp on it a lot just because it is such a amazing flower. But between goldenrod and fermented garlic and honey, here's medicine right here. You can treat a whole wide selection of ailments. So you guys keep prepping, make your own medicine, be self-sufficient, do your thing, have fun with this. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the group. I really do. When I first started this group, I wasn't very motivated about it, honestly. Like, I had started it partially because I was bored. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start something. And had a buddy of mine. I met him in the gun range, and his original intentions was to start a militia, and I was like, no, we can't do that. It's kind of illegal here in Florida. Let's not do that. Let's do a preppers group instead. So started a preppers group, and I've been hard charging it, and I'm really happy with the direction it's going, and happy for all you guys being a part of it and just being great. I've tried really hard to keep the group from being toxic as well, and I hope you guys will pick up that mantle and continue to do that as well, and make sure that the group does not become toxic. I will be doing some meetups and stuff, like I did when the group first started. I did try to meet up, and it didn't work out very good. Not very many people showed up, but nature of the beast, we were kind of small at the time when that happened. We're a little bit larger now, of course. They were sitting at 200 something, close to 300, and I'm very happy. I'm happy with everything with the group. Happy that everyone is commenting and liking stuff and sharing their knowledge, and we got some people in the group that are just absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like, great people that I could definitely see them one day being the leaders of the group. We even started a South Florida chapter. I was kind of nervous about that, and Travis, talked to me about it and stuff, and I agreed with him, because our numbers were going up, and I was like, let's go ahead and do it, because a lot of you guys are from South Florida. Me, I'm from North Central Florida. A lot of people in the group are just all over the place. My inner circle, mostly in my area, and I wouldn't mind having people that were from different parts of Florida as well being part of my inner circle, and I want to expand the inner circle and get it bigger as well. And yeah, super thrilled with everything. But yeah, let's go back to when I first started the group. I wasn't very motivated about it. Just started it. It's like whatever, and I wasn't really too dedicated to it. And then I ended up having a heart attack. Right there, and asked into COVID. I blame COVID for it. Ended up having a heart attack. After that heart attack, I was like, shit, I'm not going to be alive forever. So I need to share my knowledge with everybody. And so I started getting more involved with the group. Got more involved with Inner Circle, taking my Inner Circle out to go do stuff in the woods, survival training, things of that nature. Ricky DeAndrea, big shout out to him. Taught him a lot. Been taking him out in the woods a lot. Good guy, very knowledgeable. And a whole bunch of other names I probably should mention, and just at the top of my head I can't remember it unless I'm looking at it. It's horrible. But I hope one day I can potentially meet a lot of you guys in person, get to know you guys more on a personal basis. But yeah, I'm just rambling right now. Salvos Musty. Brothers and sisters, just want to talk about weapons for a moment. We all like weapons. At least some of us do. I know there's some people in the prepper community that kind of shy away from firearms in general and body armor and things of that nature. Not me. The way I see it, a weapon's a tool. You use it for self-defense, you use it for hunting. And there's going to be times, like if shit hits the fan, you might end up in a combative situation. Now, are you going to be laying down, suppress a fire on somebody? Probably not, no. You'd probably be taking little pot shots at somebody while they're taking pot shots at you, and both you guys trying to get away from one another. But you never know what's going to happen in a shit hits the fan situation. You could be, for example, our group linked up and we got organized a little bit better in a shit hits the fan situation, especially the inner circle and stuff. And we ended up having to go on a scouting mission to look for more supplies for our homestead. Yeah, we're going to try to avoid people the best we can. We're not going to be kicking down doors. That's definitely unacceptable unless that place is completely vacant. But we might be just walking around and another group sees us and they're like, oh, look at these guys. And they start shooting at us and we have to defend ourselves. All kinds of different things can happen. It could be something as simple as trying to evade a larger force which is going to be very difficult and very hard to do so, especially with technology like they have today. Um, I'm only going to go over like two of my rifles that I have: my Tavor X95 and my Biscuit Trooper. It's an AK variant. It's like an AK-47 variant. This is my Biscuit Trooper right here. It is an AK platform. I have done a lot of upgrades to this weapon myself. Replaced the trigger, replaced the handguard with mag pull, and also replaced the buttstock. I had originally a triangular buttstock. I replaced it, and then I went through and I painted my rifle. Yeah, it kind of customized. It's my personality a little bit. And I like it a lot, but it's not the reason why I painted it. Honestly, I painted it to break up the silhouette of the rifle, and the reason to break up the silhouette of the rifle is if I was in the field doing a patrol or trying to evade somebody, my weapon is camouflage. It's going to make it harder to see. And at a distance, if somebody's trying to spot you, it's going to be harder for them to tell what you're packing. Or if they do see it, it's going to be too late. So yeah, this is chambered in 7.62 by 39. Complete AK parts. Everything on here is AK parts, which is great for a shit hits the fan situation. Because other people have AKs. So if someone was to break down in here, the odds of me finding something to replace the broken part on those right here, or to trade for something to replace it, it's going to be a lot greater. So it's a plus for having an AK. Or even an AR-15. AR-15 would be even better because everyone owns it. It seems like everybody owns an AR-15. That's America's rifle right there. The stock right here is completely collapsible, and which is great. So I can collapse it, make it potentially store it somewhere if I needed to. And 30-round magazine, of course, is pretty standard issue. The weapon is not hot. It is not loaded. Don't worry, I don't play with loaded guns in the house. I don't have any optics for it. I am eventually going to put a flashlight on it though, because that would be very beneficial. Flashlight. I might put a red dot on it eventually. Right now it's pretty standard. When it comes to rifles and stuff, yeah, optics and red dots are great. It's awesome. It's going to help you out a lot, especially with marksmanship and stuff. But your batteries are going to run out. That's something to think about. Carry extra batteries with you if you have red dots, or anything that you use as a laser or something like that. Flashlights. Carry extra batteries is very important. Carry extra batteries in your bag. Have extra batteries in your cache if you have cache. Store them in random ass places. Personally, what I would do, I would have your homestead where you have your regular supplies, and then have a fallback point where you can go back to that fallback point just in case your homestead is compromised, and then in that fallback point you have a cache buried that only you know about, nobody else. That way if something was to happen, you can fall back to that fallback point and you have stuff to continue your survival or whatever your mission may be. But yeah, love this rifle. I tend to spend a little too much money on my rifles, honestly. This one right here was rated at $1,000. Now, it's made by Century Arms. Century Arms doesn't have the best reputation with rifles, but I have never had a problem with this rifle, and I have put a lot of rounds through this rifle. The only issue I had one issue. I had the barrel, it had started to rust, and I had to clean that motherfucker vigorously to get all the rust off. And I've been lucky that rust hasn't came back. It's just, whenever they made the rifle, they went cheap on it, with some of the stuff on it. And, this motherfucker is pretty accurate. It'll reach out and touch somebody. It's probably the most accurate AK platform I've ever shot before. And it's really good. Never had an issue with it. Never had any jams with it. It is eating brass ammo and steel case ammo. And of course, just because it's an AK, you still have to clean it. Unfortunately. With every single rifle you own, you have to clean it. Because if you don't, it will malfunction. Parts on it will break. It don't matter who made that rifle. Tavor could have made that rifle. IWI could have made that rifle. It don't matter. still got to clean it. Still got to take care of your weapons. Keep it dry. Because if it's wet, dry it off, because you don't want it to rust. Because if it rusts, you're going to have issues with your rifle. Now, my next rifle, I'd like to talk about, and I did the same thing with the paint scheme. I did my own paint scheme with it. I did the same thing with it. Made a camouflage. This one right here has a 3x optic. The optic, you can switch between black, red, and green on the optic. So if the battery goes dead, I don't really need batteries for it. I can still use the optic because it's etched, which is the black. It's fucking wonderful. It is a bullpup design. Some people do not like bullpups. I love bullpups. Not all bullpups. I love this bullpup. Never had an issue with it. It has never jammed. I put so many rounds down. Again, you gotta clean your rifle. When I first got this rifle, I abused the fuck out of it. Did not clean it for like a whole year. I've had this rifle for close on 3 years now, and never jammed. Never had a problem with it. It would run brass and steel case with no problem whatsoever. This rifle is definitely a lot more compact than like an AR-15, and definitely a lot more compact than my AK. It is still a 16-inch barrel. The barrel starts right here at the bolt carrier and goes all the way up, of course. So I am still able to reach out and touch somebody. And then, if I had to get in close quarters combat, for example, I had to sweep a house for whatever reason, or even home defense, it is small enough. I can cut corners easily. And it is just great for home defense. It is chambered at 5.56. There is some conversion kits though, where you can get a 9mm and 300 blackout and stuff like that. I'm happy with the 5.56 on it. And this is they build it kind of like with the AR-15 in mind, because a lot of people are used to AR-15. So you got your magazine release right here. Most bullpups magazine release is gonna be back here, like right here. Not this one. It's all right here near the trigger assembly, which is great. It's ambidextrous as well. I can take the ejection port and move it to the other side, but I had to have a conversion kit for that, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. I don't have any intentions of doing that. Bolt release is right here, which is a little different. So like whenever you put the magazine in, you have to hit that bolt release to send the bolt forward. And then all the guts, it's a little switch right here. You push that switch in and you pull everything out. Now the only bad thing about this rifle that I can see in a shit hits the fan situation is finding parts for this rifle. But IWI, when they make rifles last, and they do really good with the rifles. This motherfucker was back $2,000 that I spent on it. I have zero regrets on it. It was definitely well worth the money. Now, with all that being said, with heavy spending on weapons, you do not have to buy high-end gear to be combat effective and complete a mission. The military buys from the lowest bidder. So, when you're out, if you want to get something expensive, get something expensive. Do it for yourself. Like, be happy for yourself, man. Like, if you have that kind of money to throw down on like a really high-end rifle, and you want to do that, do it. Then again, AR-15s, you can pick up an AR-15 for like right around $300 to $500 market value easily, and still be combat effective. I chose the Tavor because I had been eyeballing them for a while, and was very impressed with them, and still impressed with this rifle. It's one of my favorite rifles. Also have an AR-15 as well, and I preferred this platform over the AR-15 platform just because all the weight is right here in the butt. Like, it is very balanced. You can sit here and shoot this thing one-handed all day long. So like something's happening and you had to like shoot one-handed and grab your buddy and pull him back, you're going to be able to do so with this rifle right here. It's all about what you want and what you like, all that shit. So when it comes to rifles and stuff, use your money wisely. If you have that money, you want to get a high-end rifle, fuck it, do it. I would. That's what I did. But then again, like, live within your budget and live within your means. Don't just go out and just blow a whole bunch of money. Like I said, you don't need high-end gear to protect yourself and to be combat effective.
You don't need that. Now, when it comes to prepping, you have to. Some people are like, oh no, prepping, we're just, collecting stuff and hoarding stuff and this and that. And you got some people who are like, oh man, I'm going to kick down doors whenever shit hits the fan. No, we're not about that. We're not that group. So if you have that mentality, you might want to like go find a different group because we're not about that life. Um, we got to help the the innocent people. Money. That's what we got to do. We have to have some morals that we have to live by, and we have to do the right thing, even when nobody's looking. We're not a militia. The Florida Brotherhood Preppers, we are a group where we're learning from each other, sharing our knowledge, and helping those around us. Yeah, my chapter and the South Florida chapter, we got inner circles. Inner circles are going to be a little different. Inner circles are like our right hand men, do security operations for the group. If something was to happen, we get together. Our inner circle, that's their role is security operations. But everybody has a role in life. So just like in this group, everybody's gonna have a role. I just want to talk about the rifles real quick. That's all I wanted to do. Um, Give a little bit, be like, hey, this is why I painted my rifle. Now I'm not telling you to go paint your rifle at all, but if you wanted to, it would break up the silhouette of the rifle, definitely. So if that is something you're looking into, do it. Have fun with it. Customize that motherfucker the way you want to. Customize it so you like it, and all that stuff. And when it comes to body armor, I'm all about it. Am I going to be scouting in body armor, like going looking for supplies while I'm wearing body armor? Probably not. I'm going to be the gray man for sure. But if I'm on my homestead, I'm wearing that plate carrier because my main mission is to protect myself and my homestead and those I love. And so I'm going to wear my plate carrier. I'm going to deal with that weight. I'm going to suck it up. And you gotta. It's another thing about weight and stuff, especially with bug out bags. Train with your bug out bags. If you have a plate carrier, body armor like helmet, ACH, and all that stuff, train with it. It's very important that you train with all your equipment because if you don't and something happens, it's going to be very taxing because you're going to have all that weight you're not used to. You're not going to be combat effective. You're not going to be dangerous. And you're either going to get robbed or you're going to die or your loved ones are going to get killed. That's what's going to happen. So be combat effective. Train with your equipment. Get used to that weight because you never know. You could have your bug out bag in your truck or in your vehicle, whatever you drive, and shit hits the fan. For example, EMP, your vehicle goes down, and you have no way to drive your vehicle. So now you have your bug out bag, and you're trying to get back home to your homestead. You're not used to that weight. It's going to wear you down, and that's not good. So train, be effective, know your gear. That's another thing right there is know your gear. So your weapons and stuff. Train with your weapons. Know the ins and outs of your weapons. Know how to fill strip your weapon and clean it. Know how to fix any sort of malfunction that your weapon might have. Magazines. Know what kind of magazines your weapons take. Knights of War can take any kind of magazine. Any AR type magazine. 5.56. It will take it with no problem whatsoever. Now my AK. My AK Gucci. My AK only likes a palm mags. US palm mags. Because this bitch spoiled. If I use any other magazine, it will not work. It will jam every single time. My AR-15, the same thing. I have to use the plastic mags, like P mags. I can't use steel mags at all because it will catch the bulb and it will not feed properly. A baby girl, though, can take P mags, steel mags, and off-brand 5.56 mags with no problem. I can shoot brass with no problem. I can shoot steel with no problem. AR-15s, a lot of your AR-15s, you can shoot steel, and it's going to jam up on you quite a bit. It's going to get dirty really quick. Not this motherfucker. it'll eat through it all. It'll get dirty and it'll still keep going, but still, weapon maintenance is mandatory. You have to keep your weapon clean. So anytime like you're on your homestead and you got downtime, get familiar with your weapon, take it apart, clean it, know the ins and outs, know the guts, know how they go together, know how to do your own weapon smithing. That way, if you need to do any upgrades to your weapon, you can do upgrades to your weapon. Another neat feature with this Tavor is that these side panels here, they come off. So I can, it has Picatinny rails right here, Picatinny rail on top, and Picatinny rail on the bottom. I can mount all kinds of stuff to this weapon. If I want to put a laser on it, flashlight, whatever I want to do, I can add it to this rifle. It is very versatile, and it's compact. It's compact. It's well made. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a Tavor unless you really, really want to. But if you do want to do that, there's a couple models out there. There's the SAR 21. Actually, I think SAR. I'm not sure. It's like the first model they had, and it was a good model. And then they came out with the X95, which is this one right here, which is currently used by the Israeli military. The reserve units use it, and their special forces units use it as well. And then there is the Tavor 7, which is chambered in like 7.62 by 51. I think it's 51. And that's beastly. I've been wanting to get my hands on one. I really want to get one. But yeah. Yeah, Tavor makes good weapons. Kalashnikov makes good weapons. And of course, your AR-15s, there's all kinds of different weapon manufacturers within this Colt, Primary Arms, all kinds of different ones. There's some really cheap made AR-15s, which that's okay. If you want, go cheap. You can still be combat effective, because with your weapon, if you know how to take care of it and you're maintaining it, you shouldn't have a problem. And if you don't like what's on it, replace it. Have fun with it, you know? Have fun. Customize it the way you want to. You know, paint that motherfucker. I had a buddy of mine, he painted one of his AR-15s like red, white, and blue. Why? Because he wanted to. And why not? This is America. I'm very pro Second Amendment. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I still have a Galil Ace Gen 2 as well, and I love that one. I haven't painted it yet. It's 7.62 by 39. But yeah. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and hope you guys appreciate this video I made, and the other one that I'm just gonna add them together. But yeah, definitely. I figured, you know, you guys like weapons, and share some of mine. Reason why I got it customized the way I want to. Oh, something else about this right here. Yeah, it's flip up sights. It has a front sight post that flips up and a rear sight post that flips up as well. So if my optic goes down, I can just take it off and flip those up and use the standard sights, the iron sights, which is also another really neat feature that I really like about the Tavor. And I've seen some AR-15s that have the same thing. They have like the flip up sights. I don't know why. I've always really liked that feature to it. And some of them you can actually buy them and attach them to the Picatinny rails, and they're flip up. I have that for my Galil. So I recommend anytime you're running optics to have some flip up iron sights, because you never know when your optics are going to go down. And whenever they go down, you need to have those sights so you can aim your weapon properly and be effective.